Hi, y'all. Welcome back to Knitting in Our Jeans.
Yes.
I'm Liz.
I'm Carolyn.
And you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Toolizzforyou, Toolizzforyou.
And I'm cpredmor on Ravelry. There is an account like that on Instagram, but I'm usually not doing anything with it. I'm usually posting as Knitting in Our Jeans on Instagram. And I honestly haven't been posting much this week because I have a finished object.
I do too. Well, technically I have two, but one is in the wash.
Okay. Mine has already been given away. We had a baby shower for my future grandniece yesterday, and this went into the gift bag. I already had the hat, and I had the baby Vertebrae sweater, and into that I added the this dress. There it is. It is a patterned sock yarn, so it's incredibly washable. I got the sock yarn from Michael's.
Last weekend.
It was on Thursday, before India Untangled and Rhinebeck started. And I have been knitting on it, I guess, since a week ago, since Sunday. And I finished it Thursday night. I washed it and blocked it on Friday. And wrapped it Saturday morning, and it was given away. And the mom-to-be really liked it. She was, I think, quite thrilled. I bought tights to go with it, and they came in a pack of 3. So there were gray tights, black tights, and white tights. And, of course, the tights are about this long. It's hysterical.
They're so cute.
And, yes, actually, they're a little bit longer than that because I made the dress in a size 12 month. And the nice thing about knitting bigger sizes for babies is they will grow into them. She may never get to be 5'10" or something like that, but she will be the size of that dress.
Yes.
No question. And I know that the dress is sleeveless and she's being born the end of November, but I thought that one could wear it just like I'm wearing, something dark underneath,
she could have
and then have an over,
a long sleeve onesie on.
Exactly, and then an over, dress and her tights, or it would go really well over, corduroy pants, or any number of different ways that you can dress it up. The mom-to-be didn't particularly want pink, right?
No, but
our brief was
to, if possible, not pink.
Not pink, and to make hand-knitted things.
Yes, we were told hand knits.
That we're expected to provide the hand knits.
Yes. Well, and great-grandma of soon-to-be Nieceling crochets. And
oh, my goodness.
So, we've spoken about...
this. She crocheted something that looked like this.
It was a star-pointed... It was
gorgeous.
Words cannot describe how beautiful this, and it was all white. It gorgeous. Is
now what I have for this is multicolored.
Yeah.
Or is that darker sock yarn.
Yeah.
So it will be different.
Yes.
So there's no competition
because
it really would only be side-by-side competition if it was done in the white. Can you tell it's raining outside?
But, oh my goodness. It was beautiful, and so I think another cousin, made a crochet chevron blanket. There was in terms of handmade items, they got a lot off of their registry and a lot of lovely little girl clothes.
We gave a pack and play and sheets for the crib.
Yes.
In addition to the handmade items.
But for handmade items, she got a chevron blanket, crocheted blanket. She got a fleece tied blanket.
Yes. There was something in pink that his mom had done. Had Jane made that thing?
No, I don't think so.
Remember a very pink?
There was a full pink one. There was a full pink, and then there was that beautiful fabric one that I don't think was handmade. I think that one was store-bought. Okay. The one in the big box you're thinking of?
No, I was not thinking of that.
Then I don't know.
There was a very pink crocheted one, I think.
I think that might have been from Jen from Vermont office.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Someone who works in their dental office had done 3 or 4 things.
Had done some hats.
Yes.
And I believe
very cute hats.
Made that pink blanket you're thinking of.
I think so.
And then future great-grandma made a white blanket a white hat and
this white
sweater. And also
crocheted.
One other thing that I can't recall right now, and it was just gorgeous.
Stunning. Absolutely stunning.
She made something for all of her grandkids and all of her now great-grandkids. This is the second one.
She says this is the end.
She says this, well, yeah, because she already made Fiona something. So.
Okay, yes. Good.
But yeah, apparently anyone else who has kids. No, I know. But anyone else who has nuggets, they're out of luck.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. That's what she says.
That's what she does.
I mean, she did a lot of things and put in a lot of effort. And she may find that she has the and I think she's tired right now.
Yeah,
which I understand. We took naps this afternoon. In fact, we took naps yesterday afternoon.
Yeah.
Talk about recovery from Rhinebeck.
Oh God,
I think we really tired ourselves out.
We did.
We had a great time.
Yes.
I mean, not to denigrate anything,
no.
And we were talking to Lisa of Indie Entangled last night.
Other people's news.
We're just saying that we were talking to her, saying how much fun we had.
Yes, yes.
And that we may be able to do this next year, too.
Yes, and if you did enter the MKAL, I will be Lisa's supposed to send me the list of people who won
cool.
This coming up week, and I will be contacting the winners to just get their approval for posting on the group that, a photo from their project pages. And then
next time that she has a MKAL, let me know. I didn't know there was one.
I told you this like 3 times.
I didn't. It went past me.
I know.
Because I had this mega thing that I was working on.
Yes.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we had a great time last night, by the way.
We did. So
we were at a knitting buddy's birthday.
Yes. Who's actually watching this? Hi. Hope you liked your gift. No, we're not going to show it here because we don't know if you've opened it yet or not because we have not received a message of such.
Well, I haven't looked at my email.
Well, I haven't gotten a text message.
Right.
So
we had a really good time.
We did. I brought
Shamika brought the food.
Yeah. It was amazing.
It was delicious.
And we could
there were no negative effects.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you that whatever you made and brought last night,
except the mac and cheese, which neither of us had.
I didn't touch that.
But I'm just saying.
No negative effects.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
We're very excited.
So
that was wonderful. And
I did. For the birthday person, good ordering. Thank you.
Well done.
Yes.
So I received my knitting the card game, and I brought it last night, and Mom and I ended up leaving early just because we were tired. And
we were singing this morning.
And we were singing at church this morning, so we had to leave a little early, and I did leave the game there because people were starting to play. I came to find out this morning that Lisa, who runs Indie Entangled, her husband really loved playing the game and kind of being the game master. So she's actually now pre-ordered the game for its next run when they produce the next run. It's a board with cards game.
Right, but was this a group?
This is it was a Kickstarter originally. But I did get mine. I would show it to you, except it's with our friend. Because I left it at her place so that they could keep playing it.
And I can talk about the email I got this week.
Yes.
From the Big Apple Knitting Guild. Someone there had told them about our Thrummed Mittens class. And they were intrigued. In fact, the woman I spoke with said that she'd been knitting for, about as long as I have, 50 plus years, and she'd never heard of Thrummed Mittens. And she's originally from Canada. And I said, you need these mittens. I love my mittens. When it's below 20 and you've got to go outside and hold on to that steering wheel, you want these mittens. So we really had a lovely conversation, and sometime in the future, we may be able to give our Thrummed Mitten class to people from the Big Apple Knitting Guild. So I'm excited about that. That should be fun. I mean, I love my mittens. When I talk about how to do these mittens, it's from errors or instructions I have followed in other patterns that haven't worked out so well. And then I have found other patterns that I've been able to incorporate. And obviously, once you figure out the thrums and what makes a really good thrum and where you put it
and what works well with your knitting style,
right, then you can use any mitten pattern and make a thrummed mitten out of it. I mean, you could actually have thrummed mittens with those colorwork mittens.
Yeah.
And you make tiny thrums, very, very narrow thrums, and they would make a lovely design with many of those colorwork mittens, and that would make them lovely.
Yeah.
So even warmer, even though they are almost all 2-layer because of the the yarn carries in the back. So
yeah, or
we've had
you have one that's a 3-color mitt, and if they have like just a pop of color every so often, you add the thrum at the thrum be the pop.
Yep, you could do that. So there's a lot of things you could do with a thrum mitten. So watch the space. We may be making an announcement at some time. I'm having a feeling that it may be next winter because I think they have their present winter already
scheduled,
queued up. Yes, because I went on their website and it looked like it was pretty much set up. But anyway, so that may be something that we're doing in the future, which would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have finished 2 things this week. I finished my Pengweeno, which got gifted yesterday.
Oh,
so this is the front, and you can't really see it there. Yeah, you can't really see the colors.
It's a blue and green. It's a very seaweed.
We'll post links to the project page, and I'll post these on my project page. But it's lovely. I can't wait to get photos of little one in it.
We had adults saying, "Can you make an adult version for me?" And
to which I was like, "No."
I was snarky.
Mom was snarky, and I appreciated it because she gave the numbers as if it were what she made, which you now know she made in a week. We all know how long this Pengweeno has taken me.
Right. The dress took me 40 hours. So I said, well, if you would want an adult sweater, it would cost you at least $2,000 because you're not only paying for the materials, but you're paying for my time. And that little dress that you saw, which was on size 3 needles, took me 40 hours. So at 40 hours a week, if you discount the cost of the materials, that's $25 an hour. It's been a long time since I've made only $25 an hour. You know that we do these things because of love and that we want to give them away. There are several...
And you also know that the only adults that we have made sweaters for are people who are extremely knitworthy. Like my best friend from college's mom, my grandfather.
And she sent me the loveliest note. She really did.
My grandfather, who...
Both grandfathers.
Yes, well... We don't know what one of them is. Your dad.
My dad had several sweaters before he died.
And he loved them.
He did. He wore them. And my mother didn't understand about gleaning them. She thought they were ruined. You know, it's okay. We tried. And she still has them. So when she's willing to let us have them back, we can, glean them and get all of the fluff off. And they'd be fine again. But my mom really doesn't understand how to clean a sweater. It's okay.
I mean...
But he wore them. He wore them and wore them and wore them. And when she said he wore them out, he didn't. The base fabric is still there. They're just...
a little pilly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a little pilly.
I haven't run the gleaner on this. I have to find my gleaner. I think I know where it is. It's in the bathroom.
Yeah.
So, people like that, baby presents, and then we choose
my best friend
people.
from high school, I make stuff for, but...
So, random adults, we're not making... jack for.
Also, this same person
isn't our job.
Was a bit rude to our friend, and we were not standing for that.
She was very rude to our friend.
Maybe not rude.
Who's another prospective mom to be.
Yes. She's also within a month of giving birth, and
she wasn't the one that issued the invitations to her baby shower.
But she was making our other friend feel very uncomfortable.
Very.
And it was...
very upset.
It was... I was...
not called for.
No. If I had been seated at the other side of the table, I would have physically put myself between them to end the conversation because she was embarrassing herself.
It was terrible. Anyway.
Sorry.
There are adults that we would be happy to do some of our work for.
Yes.
Some of them spoke to us last Sunday, and if they would be able to come and live with us for a week while we make said objects... mostly it's coats, because that's the thing that we could make for adults in a week.
Well, and because I had my new coat last week.
Because they're very, very project-worthy.
They're very handmade.
And we'd love to have them around.
Yes.
So, speaking from our own benefit, oh my God, we'd love to have you come. So,
if you're watching this, you probably know who you are.
Exactly. And other people know who you are, because if you were in that group that was watching... Yeah.
But yeah, so, we do knit for adults, but it was
They're our loved ones.
Yes. So, I finished the Pengweeno. It's adorable.
It is.
It was a big hit at the baby shower, which made me feel really good. It does make me want to knit another one. Maybe in a slightly larger size, like in the 2 or 3 year old size.
Look at enough ends here. If we look behind Elizabeth, this whole thing is leftovers, just about.
Yeah.
So I could see making a Pengweeno for myself.
You could.
Along with a list of other things. I'm looking at another brioche sweater here.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, you could. I would suggest deciding on a color palette and starting to collect in a bag, because that was really helpful for the Pengweeno, was that I knew I had my color story. But that's also why I'm thinking I kind of want to do one in, like, dark grays to light, like, just in, like, a black, gray, navy blue
because then
palette.
It would be worn with anything.
Exactly. And at, like, 2 or 3...
you could almost do a red to white, and gray. Red, white, and gray would be pretty.
I mean, we'll see. This is like 2 or 3 years out probably, because I'm going to wait and see what her style is and how she is as a little one.
Yes.
And go from there. But it was so much fun to knit. Like, so much fun.
The baby shower was fun.
And the baby shower was a lot of fun. And we had our friend's birthday then that afternoon. Or
we
evening.
Had a great time. And we have another one that we have to reply to.
Oh, yes.
That it's coming up, so that'll be fun.
Yeah. I'm working that day, so I keep forgetting that we have this invite because I'm like, okay, I have to work. I have to work. I have to go to work. And then I will be like, okay, I'm leaving now.
I guess you drive out here and then we both go together.
Yeah, that was my plan.
Okay.
So yeah, but it was a really great day yesterday. It was funny because I didn't actually get to finish the Pengweeno until the day of because... As we mentioned,
I went to pick her up.
Well, Rhinebeck tired us out. I have fallen asleep on my couch with my knitting in my hands every day this week. Every day. And therefore, I haven't gotten as much progress as I've wanted done. Like Friday, I remember picking up my knitting, and then I remember waking up. I don't have... Going like this. I curled up around it. It was great. I was totally going to finish the Pengweeno Friday night. Didn't happen because I was out for the count. So Saturday morning, Mom and I had already planned that she was going to come by at 11. So I appreciated that you let yourself in because then I didn't have to get up and like ring you in, which is really nice. But I knew she was coming over. It just slows
down your row.
Yes. So I knew she was coming over, and she had already called me saying, this is my plan. I intend to be there at this time. How are you doing? And I was like, well, I'm about to start the I-cord bind-off. And she's like, oh, good luck. And, of course, it's like 9:45. Yeah, I didn't finish until 11:05.
It's a lovely bind-off.
It is, and I forgot how long it takes.
And a lovely cast-on. But it has substantial body to it. And that means there's a lot of yarn in it.
And I forgot.
And it takes time.
So
my doodler had
an
I-cord bind-off.
Well, it's a Stephen West thing.
Hours.
It's a Stephen West thing.
Yes.
He doesn't like to weave in his ends, but he likes a nice finished edge.
Well, I'm telling you, it was 6+ hours.
Oh, yeah.
For that shawl.
Yeah.
So I knew that when you talked about an I-cord bind-off.
Yeah, I know. So I was still in my pajamas on my couch. And I had been up for a little while because I woke up early because it was just a decent day.
It was a beautiful day on Saturday.
Yeah, so I woke up
which was very lucky
the sun
for the
coming
shower.
in. It was lovely. But my mother showed up, no makeup, not dressed.
That's
and
right. I had makeup.
Mom was fully ready. I had no makeup, no outfit on. I was in PJs. I had not wrapped the gift yet. It was great.
I had the card.
Yeah, Mom had a card. I didn't have a card. It was great. So Mom gets there. I finish
had bought
it
the
up.
diapers. There was some diaper raffle.
Yeah. Which, of course, Great Grandma won because she wins everything.
She did.
She wins any time that there's a raffle at a shindig. She wins.
Hysterical. She did. And who better to win?
I know. So
I don't remember what she won.
I don't remember either. But it was just very funny because, I was ready to walk out the door within 20 minutes.
Why don't you tell people what I'm doing?
Oh, so Mom right now is winding yarn for me because I totally thought that I could wind off a skein of acrylic on our ball winder, and it failed.
It's very much like it's silk. It's so
It's the Karen Simply Soft, so it's not sticky.
Slick.
It's not sticky acrylic or gross acrylic. This is going to be part
Very
of
soft.
a baby blanket for a coworker. Oh, so sorry. We keep tangenting. So yes, Saturday was great, but I totally finished it weaving in ends at the baby shower, which was fine because I had wrapped the gift in
a removable top.
I wrapped a shoebox, which was so clever. My grandmother taught me this years ago, that if you're going to a big party, or like a shower of some sort, either bridal or baby, it's very nice to just give them a box they can lift the top off of, because then you don't have to rip off the paper. It's just much easier.
And things go back in the box.
Yeah, it's just much easier that way. And that's something my grandmother taught me years and years ago. So that's what I did. And it was great because I could take the top off of it and pop the Pengweeno in it. So that's what I did. And as we said, it's a big hit. And then this afternoon, I would show you it, but I don't have a photo of it, and it's in the wash. I finished another baby cardigan.
Yes. Which baby is this for?
This one's for the same one.
Same one.
Same one.
And we realized on the drive home from church that our minister is pregnant.
And our lead bass, his wife is pregnant.
So I've got 2 more baby vertebrae to do. This is going to be my go-to sweater for baby gifts. It goes rather quickly. Well, and you know, I've seen it now on one of the newborns I've made it for, and it's adorable. So it's a great sweater. You know, kids get all bunched up, and they already have clothes on underneath. So an open cardigan works out really well. I'm just going to make lots of baby vertebrae. I don't make the newborn vertebrae. I make the baby vertebrae, and I make about a 6-month size.
Yeah.
And that seems to go very well.
Yeah, I made this one. The one I just made is really tiny because I figure no one else has made something for her when she's really tiny. So she can have it, you know.
Right.
For very early. And then that's fine.
We didn't get to ask Lauren about the christening gown.
No, I'm going to ask her when we have dinner in a few weeks. Okay. In like 2 weeks or something like that. But yeah.
I want to cast on all the things.
I know, I do too. So,
I'm looking at gorgeous yarn here.
But I've finished the fuss-free baby cardigan. It's actually really simple.
Very simple.
I cast it on, I think, Wednesday night. And I knit it on Thursday and Friday, or just Friday?
That may be one of the reasons you didn't finish the Pengweeno.
Well, no, I couldn't walk and talk. Like, I couldn't. This was subway knitting. So I cast it on late Thursday night, and I worked on it on the subway and walking to and from lunch on Friday, and I worked on it at the bar with my other cousin and at dinner with my other cousin.
My other niece must be going, what the heck are you doing?
No, she knows.
Okay.
She's used to it.
By the way, I'm making a center pole ball, so that's where my thumb is in here. Because here's the pole. So this is keeping an open space where that center pole is coming from. So yes, the ball will collapse a little bit where my thumb has been, but it's a little bit easier to do the center pole if you left some space as you're wrapping the yarn around, because sometimes you'll have the pull long enough, but it will be wrapped too tight, and you'll manage to pull a knot into your yarn.
Yep. I've done that a bunch of times. But I also am almost done with the Cardizen, the baby one. I have one more sleeve left to go. And then I will be done with baby sweaters for this one, for this little one. For now. For Niesling. For now. This is not to say that...
The last month of HPCC is coming up. And I can then do 2 baby new vertebrae for classes.
Yeah.
And I will finish my Leafy
coat.
Sweater. If you want to put your thumb in there. So most of the week I spent making the dress, and I'm very glad I did.
It's so cute.
I'm very happy with it. My niece had asked us to take on the responsibility of knitted goods past babyhood, I think. You know, she's really looking for it. And we'll have to coordinate this with what the baby is like as she grows up. She may not want anything hand knit, which is fine.
Totally fine.
But I have been working a bit more on my Leafy.
It looks so good, guys.
My amber Leafy cardigan. So I didn't have it on last week so you could see how much I had done. But I'm actually getting happier with these sleeves as I work more. Maybe they're stretching, which is possible. Oops.
Oh, did you pop stitches
I
off?
popped some stitches.
Oh, no.
But I'll pick them up.
Okay.
So I'm very happy with this. What I've decided to do is do one more design set. Let me just finish picking up these stitches. So it's going to be one more of these chevrons. I'm not going to increase the size at all because it's obviously big enough for me. What's not big enough is this needle around me, but the design is certainly big enough. I'm loving the longer length of this. There are handmade buttons. Now that I can take it off. There are handmade buttons that go on this. They are crocheted buttons. And from reading the directions, it's not a Dorset button. A Dorset button is where you have a plastic round or some kind of round circle that serves as a base, and then you crochet or embroider over it, and then fill in. Yeah, you make an X, and then you make other X's, and then you start weaving in between, and you end up getting a solid for your button. This is not that. This is actually starting with a crocheted center and building out from there. And it looks like there's like 6 rounds of making basically a bauble. So I will be making some more baubles, but they will be individual baubles and they will be my buttons. And then the buttonholes are just loops. So there's no hole that's going into that sweater. So what's also nice is then you can make it so as open or as shut as you want it, which is nice. So I figure I will be able to finish the body of the sweater by next weekend. And with any luck, finish the cowl neck. That's my goal. I have nothing else that I'm working on at this particular moment. I will finish those thrum mittens that I started for the class. I've got half a mitten done at the moment. But I really like the color. I think you remember it was that multicolored mitten. Hold on. We have it right here. Which it'll look really nice with my winter coat. Because my winter coat is fuchsia. Yeah, it's hotter pink than this. And
it's almost as hot pink as the neighborhood.
It's almost as, my coat is almost this color.
Yeah.
So, this mitten is really, it's almost sedate next to that kind of coat. So, I will be finishing these after I finish this cardigan because I really don't want to keep having whips running around. I think after that, I may do the Myrna. Get that done. I'm also thinking of not re-upping in the Harry Potter Knitting and Crocheting Club.
That's reasonable.
This term, they arbitrarily put us in teams because they wanted to give us help with focus on what to do with our knitting. You guys are encouraging me enough that I don't have a problem with focus for my knitting. But I will tell you what I've done is tonight, while we were watching a new British show,
Interior Design Masters, which we have I already watched the entire series.
The first series?
Well, there's only
Season
one series. There's only one series on Netflix so far.
Season 1?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is what we're watching. So I've already watched it, so I know what happens, but
she forgot the first 3.
I forgot the first 3.
As much as she makes fun of me.
Well,
it was fine.
It was fine. So
anyway,
we have the semifinal and the final still to watch with Mom.
So I have been there with my iPad and my phone. Oh, we're done.
Yay!
And I ordered some knitting graph paper.
Oh, you did?
I did. So hopefully it'll come by next weekend and I can start design work because I have this thing about cables. I'm not so chuffed about brioche. I do want to try fisherman
rib.
Because I hear it gives a very similar look.
Yeah.
And I've never done it, so I'd like to try that. So I'd like to do that. I'd like to start designing maybe some sweaters. Maybe I'll start out with a shawl. I don't know, maybe a hat. But I have this idea of using cables as almost like a river running around and doing some things. So, and maybe from there going into Celtic design or repeatable designs that maybe don't have a Celtic base but have almost a Celtic feel because of the way they intertwine.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. I know I also have the Susan Crawford sweater to try to get gauge on.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be on size, they say to use size, she says to use size 2 needles. I think I'm going to be on size 0 to get the gauge on this. It's a Shetland sweater.
Out of silk.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's going to be phenomenal.
Gorgeous. But that sweater, I think, well, if I do one project at a time,
yeah,
I can finish it within a decent amount of time. That'll be fine.
I mean, you said the same thing about this coat.
I know. And it really wasn't bad at all.
No.
Not bad. So we're doing okay. So from here, the thrum mittens, get the Murda done, out, and then we'll see where we go from there. I mean, this stuff, we certainly have 2 baby vertebrae to do.
Mm-hmm.
I want so much to just start casting on sweater after sweater after sweater.
Me too.
These hands are just dying to do that.
Me too.
Because I got some gorgeous yarn, as you saw last week. And,
I know.
Oh, and Asylum Fibers is going to be at Knit this coming week.
Yes.
Starting on Saturday. Was it the 2nd?
Saturday the 2nd. She will be there. Stephanie will be there on the 2nd. And her yarn will be there throughout the week.
And I've got yarn that I have bought from Stephanie, which is living over there. And it's supposed to be a sweater. Yeah, I have to get in here.
Oh, I see it.
I've been cleaning, so now the next place to clean is in here and get some of these yarn balls up where they're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
The top bin is one that I can't reach without a step ladder, so I've not been getting on the step ladder. In fact, I may bring the regular ladder up here because the knee is not that stable. Yeah. So it would be better to use the regular larger step ladder and get some of this yarn back up there. But yes, there will be cleaning going on. And we'll go from there. What anything else? Do you have?
So I have a good amount.
Okay.
So before I realized that I should be working on baby sweaters on my commute, I did get a little bit further. Now that all of the clues have been released for the Stephen Westknits Mystery Knit Along of 2019, I am not going to tell you that these are spoilers because it's done and I'm just late. So I'm still on clue 1.
It's gorgeous.
I'm still on clue 1.
Which we had a discussion with Stephanie of Asylum Fiber, and I was saying this shawl at this point, clue 1, would be good for minis.
Yeah.
When we're talking about the advent calendar
mm-hmm.
minis that people are going to be inundated with, this would be a really good beginning to that.
Yeah. Yeah. So clue 1 still going. I've got about I think about 1 or 2 more repeats of the second part of clue 1 of section 2, and then I will be moving right along to clue 2. So that oh, sorry, it just all fell over. So after I finish the Cardizen, I am going to cast on the Boxes and Towers shawl, but I've modified it to become a baby blanket, just so I can get that done. So that's, I'm just suddenly very tired.
And did you have a nap?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Was not intending to, took nap. So I do have that in here as well, but I also have signed up to test knit the new, oh, by the way, I picked up this bag from Knit Spin Quilt because I noticed that Shamika had one in her India Untangled haul, and I really wanted one, so I reached out, and she posted them on Etsy, and I got one.
Excellent.
So it's based on Hidden Figures. It's amazing. I love this bag, and it's huge. So inside is the baby blanket for a coworker. She's having a little boy, and these are her colors. Well, mostly. The green is mostly because I don't want to do 2 different shades of blue with the yellow and the gray. There's a gray there. So this is going to be the Lavagna Petrocelli brioche baby blanket that she just posted about. And so that should be pretty decently quick. So I'm going to cast that on as well. And I'll have those 2 baby blankets going because that baby shower at work is on the 15th.
Ooh, that's close.
Yep. I have 3 weeks.
Okay.
I can do it.
Of course you can.
So that's that. And then I also, because I'm me, I was reached out to by No Law Knits, Rhiannon Finch, who did the epaulette sweater that I adore.
And I do too.
And that I test knit. And she is rewriting the pattern and adding a fingering weight option.
Just my style.
So I have decided to test knit. So I'm going to use my Wool and Vine Yarns Halo Alpaca in Mexican hot chocolate. And then the Leading Men Fiber Arts Showstopper Micro Mini in Street Art for the epaulette that we got at Indie. So I think this will stay pretty compact and be able to be subway knitting once I get it cast on and figured out. But I need to read through the pattern and figure out what size needles first. And obviously swatch. But yeah, so I'm really excited about that because one, it's going to be an alpaca sweater, which I need to start knitting up more of my alpaca stuff.
So your boyfriend can get close while you're wearing sweaters.
That, and also because,
they're warmer.
Well, and if he moves to a different state, or even if he moves here, I mean, he'll have a drawer in my apartment and I will have a drawer at his, and I need to only I can't leave non-him friendly sweaters at his apartment.
I agree. Totally.
That's just not fair.
It's not polite.
It's not fair and polite and all of that. So that's the plan. So I need to get that done.
Yes.
And then I'm also going to swap.
You didn't mention that.
Yeah, I know. So I'm gonna be working on that in secret because I don't know if they watch this. So we're gonna not tell you.
This is one of the Nerd Girl swaps.
Yep. And so speaking of Nerd Girl, I got stuff in the mail.
This looks very Halloween-y.
It is. It's called Dawn of the Dead.
Perfect.
Yes, and it's sparkly and orange and black, and it's on Astral, and it's just beautiful.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's lovely. I don't know what I'm ever going to do with it, but we'll see.
I think make a great sweater. Of course.
Of course you do.
A yoke?
Or I was going to say actually this is a yoke could be really nice. If you get a black
brown
or a brown. Black or a brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be stunning.
Yeah. So
Or sleeves.
Do a sock arm sweater.
Yeah.
That could work. But yeah.
And the cowl sleeves and the cowl?
Yeah.
I could design you one.
I know. I can tell.
A little cable down the sleeve.
But yeah, so I also have a few baby sweaters or baby things that need to be done. So I've got the rest of the knee slings things that I will give to my cousin before knee sling arrives. So in the next month. And then
you better make a list.
I have fun. It's great. I know what I need to do. It's going to be crazy. But then we've got our bassists, our soloist.
Singing bass.
Yeah, singing bass.
Not guitar bass.
Yeah, is having, I think, a little girl. And so
They're
that's
certified.
I know. I just checked on Facebook. I think so, but I'll ask Mariah.
She'll know.
She'll know. Or she won't feel as bad asking.
Yes.
She's choir mom. She has to know these things. And then we know Mother Lauren is having a little boy. So.
Oh, that's right.
She did say that. So I have that. I have those two that I haven't really decided on what pattern I'm going to do yet. I have a bunch of yarn that'll be left over from both of these projects, and also just in general that I realized I have.
I think Mother Lauren would like a Pengweeno.
Oh my God, she would. Oh my God, I think she would be actually a great person to make one.
Yes.
I could make it in all this Simply Soft I have.
Yeah.
Because I'll have some left over. Oh, it's happening. Sorry. Mother Lauren is awesome.
She is.
She wore Betsy Johnson shoes this morning.
To church. For her sermon.
I love her. I love her so much. Yeah, she might get a Pengweeno. She might. Because that would be epic. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, and I think I might make another Boxes and Towers modification. Baby blanket for our soloist. It's a little one. If I like how it works up. Mm-hmm. Because I like them. We love them dearly.
Yes,
so,
we've known them for... Well, we have known Mother Lauren for that long. But
but
our soloist for dog years.
Yeah, so... And his wife. Well, not wife. Yes. So, they've been together almost as long as we've known him. Yes. So, that's just something I just thought of. You all just saw that happen live. But I do have to get that one for my coworker done soon. But also because that's a test knit. But that's a Lavagna test knit, and it's brioche. It's 2-color brioche, so it should be pretty... It'll be tedious, but it'll go pretty decently, I think.
Good.
Because it's just a square. There's no increases or decreases involved. So, okay. Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited about my plans, my test knits. Once I get all of this baby stuff done, though, I am casting on like 3 sweaters for myself.
You sure?
At least one.
Okay.
At least one sweater for myself, because...
Enough?
I want some new sweaters, darn it. So, not that I haven't knit enough sweaters for myself or anything, but I would like to
enjoy some of this knitting.
Yeah, to start knitting for myself again.
And it's going to get chilly. And you wear them to work.
I do. Yes. I wore my... So I wore... What did I wear this week? I wore... I'm trying to think about this. What did I wear?
Clothes.
I know. I wore my Cora. I wore the epaulette sweater. I wore the Dragon's Lark. Mm-hmm. I wore 2 others because I wore one every day this week. And I can't recall what the other 2 were. Which is crazy.
Okay, and you're going to get in touch with Rapali for the...
Yes, for the fair. But yeah, so
if you're close to Port Washington next Saturday, not only is Knit having the
Asylum Fibers trunk show,
Asylum Fiber, but St. Stephen's Church is having their fall fair. So come on by.
Yeah, come on by. We'll be volunteering there at some point. There's a great children's carnival.
Petting zoo.
There's a petting zoo, and also I think they're doing photos with Santa.
Yes, I saw that.
If you partake in that kind of thing, that is a good place to get your holiday cards done.
Right.
But yeah, so I think we have waffled on for long enough, also because I know you want to finish the show.
I do want to finish the show, and I'm actually have woken up from my nap now, and I can make speed on with this sweater. So I'm on row... I think I'm on row 80. No. I just finished 89. I'm doing the first part of 90.
Oh.
Yes. And so I have about 10 more rows to go, and the last 4 rows are just brioche knit and brioche purl to give it a border, and then it is a bind off. And they suggest an Italian bind off. So I'm going to have to look that up to see what the Italian bind off is. But then I will do as I said, the cowl neck in the dark color, which is for me this blue-green, and then the buttons. So with luck, keep your fingers crossed for me. maybe next Sunday I'll have a finished coat.
Oh my God, that'd be so exciting.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes, it would.
All right.
So we will see you. We want to thank you very much. And I think we're recovering from Rhinebeck pretty well.
Yeah.
All right,
Hope you
guys.
are too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.